Welcome back, everybody. This is game number 2 of our doubleheader. Give me a second here as I fill out my scorebook. But leading it off is going to be Lucas Gooden. And pitching is Matt Baker for St. Francis.
Come on, Bake. Let's go, kid. Hey, baby, Bake!
Matt Baker getting the first out of strikeout of the game. Almost done here, filling out the book. I'm also doing the scoreboard here, so.
Hey, go get a bullpen guy. All of them are in the bullpen. Go get a bullpen guy. Come on, Big!
Ethan English now at the plate. 1 out for Westland. He's going to swing at that first pitch and foul it away. 0-1's your count.
I'm on it.
Matt Baker enters today with a 4.95 ERA, 2-1 record on the season. He's got a team best, well, second best, 20 innings pitched under his belt, giving up 12 runs, 11 earned, 17 hits, 15 walks, 18 strikeouts. Opposing batters batting .243 against Matt Baker. That ball's drilled in the left center. And that will fall at the warning track. Frymuth picks it up. It'll be a 1-out double for English.
All right, Bake. I'm on the next guy.
Baker, a junior at 5'10", 185. Monroe, Indiana, Adams Central High School. It's going to bring to the plate number 27, Brady West.
Come on, Big.
West was big in game number 1.
Hey, baby. Boy. Yeah.
He was 2 for 5 with a run. 0-1's your count.
Come on, Big. Let's go. Come on now. You got it. 1-0. Keep competing, baby. Keep competing.
Last time out for Baker. That was the Marion game. Faced 20 batters, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts for Baker. 1-1 the count to Brady West, the catcher. We do have live stats for you on Game Changer for the University of St. Francis varsity baseball squad.
Way ahead here, Big.
Count out 1 and 2. On deck is going to be Caleb Eater. Wesleyan taking game one 9-5.
Yeah.
West turning on another one. As Mikhail McCowan comes in. It'll be a foul ball. Great pitching performance by the starting pitcher in game one, John Young. 6 innings pitched, gave up 4 hits, 1 run, had 11 strikeouts, just 2 walks.
Come on, babe. Let's go, babe. Oh, no. Yeah. You gotta do it now. Not encouraging. You gotta do it now, bro. I'm going my touch. Oh, babe, put it in. Once you start buzzing, it's like 5 minutes. I'm gonna tell you right now. You'll be fine. Shut up. It's 10 times that. He's just saying. Hey, here you go, babe. You'll be fine. Take it once you start oh! No turn! No turn!
Ball hit deep to Frymouth. Route number 2. Brings the plate. First baseman, Caleb Eater. He was 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Game number 1.
Come on, back.
That first pitch will miss low for ball 1. Baker on the season, once again, 15 walks. He has 18 strikeouts. 12 runs given up, 11 earned.
Here you go, Baker. Keep working, kid. Keep working.
In 70 batters faced, he's given up 17 hits. This is his 6th game pitching on the season. Opposing hitters batting .243 against Matt Baker, who's really enjoying a nice junior year. That'll get ripped foul. 2-1 your count. Two outs here, top of the first. Again, this is game number 2 of our doubleheader. Yeah, this will be a 9-inning game.
That's how you roll a ball. Come on, Baker. Here we go, Baker. Come on, Baker. Get it back, get it back.
Again, yesterday's 9-inning single game was postponed. I don't think we have it rescheduled yet, or if it'll be rescheduled at all. 3-1 the count.
Good block. Hey, you're good, Baker. Come on, next guy, let's go.
So Baker, that's the first walk of the game for him. That'll load or have runners at first and second. For Stephen Busby, the right fielder, he was 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts in game number 1. Junior pitcher Anthony Miller started game 1 for St. Francis. He had 2 strikeouts in the first 6 pitches of the game, which is pretty cool to see. Baker, that's the wild pitch. Is sure if that was a wild pitch or a pass ball. It'll advance both runners. Again, I apologize. Broadcasting from the dugout here. Sometimes it's hard to see.
Here we go, Baker. Girl boss, all we need, Baker. Let's go, Ted. Every time you get a hit, David, here we go, Baker.
Counts evened up at 1 apiece with 2 outs. Matt Baker on the bump. Beautiful, right down the pipe. 1-2 your count.
Work. Come on, kid. I do it on the. Come on, Vic. Hey, right here, 1-0, right here, up, babe. I got him, Matt. Go ahead, Vic. Go, Vic.
Big swing and a miss. So Matt Baker picks up 2 strikeouts there in the top half of the inning. We'll head to the bottom, scoreless, the World Baseball Academy.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Toughen up, don't be scared of baseball, you'll be all right.
Hey, man, 2-0-1, babe, come it.
So leading it off for St. Francis, here's the shortstop, junior, Brady Harris. He was 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout in game number 1. That first pitch low in the zone for strike 1. Pitcher's Kyle Hall. Hall with a 5.66 ERA entering today. 0-2 is the count.
Hey, sit back and be driving now.
He's got a 2-3 record on the season. In 20.2 innings pitched, he's given up 13 runs, all earned, 21 hits, 18 walks, 22 strikeouts. Opposing batters hitting 226. Excuse me, 266. 1-2 your count. Hall's a senior from Chatham, Illinois. Went to Glenwood High School. 5'10", 185 pounds. Big swing and a miss for out number 1. That'll bring up Tyler Prince. Prince was 1 for 3 with a run and a walk in game number 1.
Come on, 2-3.
Tyler entering today with a .344 batting average. One of 2 Cougars batting over 300. He and Jack Harris. Jack entering today with a .362 batting average. 0-1's your count. The 0-2 to Prince. That one's in the dirt. Once again, catching for Wesleyan is going to be Brady West. Call all of game number 1. The All Crossroads League catcher.
Come on, TP, let's go, babe. 1, 2, 3.
And he's only a junior.
Good eye. There you go.
Look how fast that windup is for Hall.
John, Princey, let's go. 2, 3.
I feel like it'd be harder to steal on him.
That boy. Gotta come to you now.
Prince, once down 0-2, working this count full.
Come on, TP, win it, kid. Win it. 1, 2, 3. Good eye.
Upstairs. So with one out, Prince draws the walk. Brings up Noah Frymuth. Noah 2 for 4 with a run, 4 RBI, and a strikeout in game number 1. The reigning Crossroads League Player of the Week. Frymuth hit his second home run of the season over the left center field fence. 3-run jack.
Hey, let's go. Come on, Fry.
0-1 your count.
Come on, Fry. Let's go, kid. Good take.
Frymuth down the count 0-2. Earning the Crossroads League Player of the Week. He had 4 RBI, 4 hits, 4 runs scored, and a 3-run home run in the USF win at Marion, 14-3. A .733 slugging percentage. That one's drilled to left and gone. Frymuth and the Cougs take a 2-0 lead here against Indiana Wesleyan on the 2-run jack by Noah Frymuth. His second home run of the day, his third on the season for the reigning Crossroads League Player of the Week, Noah Frymuth.
I'll see him later.
Beautiful hit there by Noah.
Let's get you, Fly. There you go, Fry. Hey, let's get loud now. Come on. Go, Gaffer. Come on, 2, 5. Caffeine. Brent. Come on, 2, 5. Let's go.
That'll bring up Tanner Gaff.
Hey, come on, 2, 5. Let's go, Brent.
Gaff was 1 for 4 with a strikeout in game 1. 1-1 your count.
There you go, Gaff. Hey, baby. 2, 5.
Tanner hit his first run of the season against Goshen. That ball's drilled into left center, and that will fall. Gaff heading for his second. He'll have it. Stand-up double for Tanner Gaff. Cougs with back-to-back hits. I'll bring up number 4, Harold Wolf. USF teeing off on Kyle Hall to start this game. Wolf 1 for 4 with an RBI and 3 strikeouts in game number 1. Ball fouled off the ankle. Never fun when it's cold out. Last year, Hall had a 2.43 ERA and an 8-1 record on the season and 59.1 innings pitched. Opposing batters were hitting .210 against him. 0-1.
Good spin.
Good check swing.
Love to see it.
1-1's your count with 1 out.
Come on, Harry. Obey four. Let's go, Wolfie. Obey four.
Paul checks gap at second. Wolf was on that one, just missed it. Fouled off against the backstop. Wolf entering today's action with a .286 batting average. Safe to say Frymouth is dialed in here as we approach the meat of the Crossroads League season. Playing a great center field as well with the strong arm.
Win this battle, boy. Let's go. Let's go.
Cougar outfield really
Come on, Wolfie.
seems set here for the next 2 years, or for this season and next season, we should say. Harrison left and Frymouth in center, both juniors. McCown in right, a sophomore. Wolf going to drill that one into right field. And coming home to score from second will be Tanner Gaff on the RBI single by Harold Wolf. Cougs up 3-0.
Hey, let's go, guys.
Brings up Jack Harris. Jack 1 for 4 with a strikeout in game number 1.
Here you go, Jack. Here you go, man. Come on, Jack. Let's go, Jack.
Come on, Jack.
Swings at the first pitch. That will fall right in between the second baseman and center fielder. The 4th hit of the inning for your Cougars. That'll bring up number 12, Jacob Nagy.
Let's go, Nagy. Come on, Nag. Come on, Nag.
It's a slurve. It's coming into the zone. It's a little bit tougher, I guess, for you to see coming in.
First pitch will be upstairs for ball 1.
But yeah, he starts probably like right here, and then just right in the middle of the plate.
Obey Nagy. We say
Great
1-2.
start to this game here for the Cougs.
Have an approach. Have an AB. Attaboy, good hold.
That ball checked upstairs. 2-0 is your count.
Come on, Nagy. Do some damage, big fella. Come on, Nag. Let's go, man. Here we go, Nag.
Cougars still looking for that home run ball by Noah Frymouth. 3-0 is your count. It was drilled with that soft side. Might have buried itself.
Come on, Nagy.
The 3-0 to Nagy with runners at first and second. Taking that one all the way for strike 1.
1-2, still gotta be you. Obey Nagy, we say that one. Cleveland!
Nagy ended up playing in game number 2
12.
against Siena Heights. Big cut, counts
Hey,
full.
shorten up, on play, good job done.
Alright, those last one is in the trash.
Entering today with a .275 batting average. Did not record an AB against Siena Heights. Was 1 for 3 in the Marion game. 1 for 3 in the first series against Siena Heights. That one needs to get out of play.
Keep playing. Hey, come on, Nag. Win it. Win it, Nag.
So Nagy will stay alive.
Obey 1-2, we say 12, obey. Come on, next. Battle, babe. Obey 12.
The 3-2, that's upstairs. Nagy draws the walk to load the bases with 1 out.
Let's go, Cade.
We got a timeout going to be taken by the skipper, Rich Benjamin. We'll be right back with more Cougar Baseball.
Hey, great approach, 1-2. Great AB, great AB. Good job.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Keep it approach. Don't try to do too much here. 2-1.
Big cut, 1-1's your count. The 1 out, bases loaded.
Come on, babe. Come on, 2-1. Good job, kid. Come on now.
Starting pitcher, Matt Baker. Probably been about the hottest arm for St. Francis on the season. 2-1 your count.
Hey, keep it approach, 2-1. Keep it approach, 2-1. Shorten up, put the ball in play, get a job done. Go, Sully. You're welcome. Well, I'm thanking you, and I have to thank Tuss. Right before I put my gloves on, Tuss went, if Friday, I'm asking for one more this time. And then I came to the dugout, he's like, come on, kid, do a job, work, battle.
Tough first inning here for Hall.
Good spin!
As Sullivan's going to check that for ball 3. Hall, 33 pitches, giving up 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 1 strikeout, 2 walks, and the big jack to Noah Fryman. Gets Sullivan looking for out number 2. That'll bring up Mikhail McCown. Mikhail is 0 for 3 with a run and a strikeout in game number 1. Working against John Young, the junior. John Young was fantastic. 10 strikeouts.
Good hack.
Just 2 walks in that game 1.
Mick, 3-6 Kale. Good job down here. Come on, kid. Drive one now. Come on, USF number 6. Come on, Vic.
0-1 your count to McCown. Pitch upstairs, 1-1 your count. Again, the Cougars going to play a 9-inning game at Trine tomorrow. The Trine Thunder, Division III school up in Angola, Indiana. They have some of the most beautiful facilities you're going to see in small college sports. Most notably, their hockey and basketball arena, just built last year. They hosted the Fort Wayne Mad Ants this year for a game. That's how great their arena is. Hard to top what Grace has, and they have. The Grace Lancers, they got a beautiful arena. Indiana Tech opened up their brand new softball facility this week in a game against Taylor. I think they split. But once again, Indiana Tech was sparing no expense. One of the nicest softball facilities I've ever seen in small school ball. So McHale will strike out as we head to the top of the second. Cougs up 3-0.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Leading off here in the top of the second, we have Ty Thixton, number 18, the center fielder. He was 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and 2 RBI and a strikeout in game number 1. Arguably, he was your player of the game for Indiana Wesleyan. Baker down in the count, 2-0. Thixton. Nagy underneath it. Great job making the catch. Route number 1. Brings up Jordan Wharton. He was 3 for 4 with a run scored, 2 RBI and a strikeout in game number 1. The shortstop, he too could have been up there in contention for the player of the game for Indiana Wesleyan. He did have the 1 error at shortstop. It was a ball that was hit to his right side. He charged after it, backhanded it, came up firing, and it was an errant throw, but an extraordinary effort there by the shortstop. They gave him an E6. Ball drilled right up the gut. 1 out single for Wharton and the Wildcats. That'll bring up Nick Coy, the DH. Coy 1 for 4 with a run, an RBI, and a walk. Entering today, Indiana Wesleyan with the worst team batting average in the Crossroads League at .247. St. Francis tied for 5th with Taylor batting .276. Mount Vernon Naz has the best batting average, batting .321 on the season. But if I filter this to home runs, Indiana Wesleyan's number 1 with 22 home runs. Mount Vernon Naz at number 2 with 11. St. Francis tied at 7th with 3. 1-1's your count with 1 out. Wesleyan's batting average will most certainly be going up after that game 1 where they had 12 hits. Cougars had 8 hits in the game. Baker gets them picked at first for out number 2. Pitch upstairs. 2-1's count.
Give it to him.
Off speed, just misses. 3-1 now, with Nick Coy at the dish. Coy, only a sophomore, from Greenwood, Indiana. He'll draw the walk.
Come on, man. Come on, kid. Come on, kid, work.
Brings up the number 9 batter, Parker Johnson, second baseman.
Come on, kid.
Ball popped up into right field. Tussing underneath it for out number 3. Justice Tussing entering the game for Mikhail McCowan. Gets the third out. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Cougs up 3-0. Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team.
I mean, I always had my family behind me, I always had my team behind me, but to have staff that wanted the best for me and to get me feeling better the quickest was really reassuring.
Parkview Sports Medicine.
Leading it off here for St. Francis is the leadoff batter, Brady Harris. All 9 Cougars seeing the plate there.
Come on, man. Come on, Brady!
In the bottom of the first, Harris swings at the first pitch. That's drilled into right center. That could be trouble.
Good piece, 20.
Ty Thixton tracks it down.
Keep it like that, Brady. They're gonna keep falling. They're gonna start falling soon, baby. Good job, Brady. They're gonna start falling soon. Keep swinging it, Brady. That's a good piece. Hey, let's go, team.
That'll bring the plate Tyler Prince, who walked and scored a run in his first AB. All 3 St. Francis outs there in the first inning were strikeouts. Harris, Sullivan, and McCowan. Tussing into the game now for McCowan. Made that last put out for the Cougs.
Come on, 2-3.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. USF with 4 hits, Wesleyan with 2.
Good cut, man. Hey, let's go 2-3. Come on, man. I know, baby.
It was a nice pickoff there by Matt Baker. Very quick.
Come on, 2-3. Got it, babe. Come on, Princey. Come on, Princey.
2 balls, 2 strikes, Tyler Prince.
Come on, kid. Atta baby.
Pitch up and in, now full to Prince. Upstairs, Tyler will draw the walk. So with one out, runner at first for Noah Frymuth, who had the 2-run home run in his last AB, his second home run on the day.
Go 3, stay hot.
Today, Noah's 3 for 5 with 2 runs scored, 6 RBI, 1 K.
Here you go, Noah.
He is just outstanding. Who I like to call the Mike Trout of the Crossroads League. That would make him the best player. Well, if he keeps hitting like this, he will be. That ball deep to right for out number 2. He had a lot of putouts there in that first game as well.
Come on, Tanner, let's go, just like last time, kid. Still seeing it well, still seeing it well. TG Beast, you're up, babe. Come on now. Come on, 2-5.
He's going to bring the plate Tanner Gaff.
Lead the squad here, babe. Come on now.
2 outs.
You can pick up the 0-1.
Come on, 2-5. Let's go, kid. Yes, sir.
Second pitch is drilled into left for out number 3. We'll head to the top of the third. Cougs up 3-0.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
The Chapel Project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Welcome back here in the top of the third inning. Matt Baker, after 2 innings, has given up 2 hits, has 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, and the pickoff with a .541 strike percentage. 37 pitches under his belt. Leading off will be Lucas Good. Gooden struck out in his first AB. He's 1 for 6 in this doubleheader. First pitch swung on, hit into left center field. Great play by Jack Harris as the outfield was shifted to the right. 1 out. Brings up Ethan English, who had a double and reached third on a wild pitch back in the first. He's 3 for 5 in this doubleheader, with a run, of RBI, and a K. Beautiful first pitch by Matt Baker for strike 1. Pitch will just miss inside. We're evened up. Big cut. Baker looking for his 3rd strikeout of the game. He had 2 in the first. For outs 1 and 3. Swing and a miss. Baker gets him for out number 2. His 3rd strikeout of the game. That'll bring up Brady West. West is 2 for 6 in this doubleheader with a run scored. popped out to center field in his first AB for the big catcher. The All-Crossroads League catcher from a year ago. He was first teamer. If you guys are wondering, Wesleyan had 6 on the first team and Taylor had 6 on the first team. Doesn't leave many other spots. Mount Vernon Nass had 1 guy on there. Spring Arbor had 1. Marion had 1. That ball's drilled right center, and it's going to fall. Takes a nasty hop on Frymuth. That's going to be a 2-out double for Brady West. That ball hit the ground and jumped straight to the left, going the opposite way of Frymuth's momentum. That'll bring up number 26, Caleb Eder. He walked and reached second on a wild pitch back in the first. He's 0 for 2 with 3 walks in this doubleheader. It's Jacob Nagy behind the plate, making up the battery with Baker. Beautiful block. Tanner Gaff at third. Harris at short. Sullivan at second. Wolf at first. In the outfield, we have Harris, Jack Harris, that is, Frymuth, and that ball is going to be ripped down the left field line. And they're going to send him to second. Not in time there. The RBI double by Indiana Wesleyan puts the Wildcats on the board, 3-1. Scoring from second base was the courtesy runner. I didn't catch his number, actually. In game number 1, the courtesy runner was... Well, your batter is Sean Busby. First swing and a miss. Busby's 0 for 6 in this doubleheader with 2 Ks. No, make that 3 strikeouts. For Busby, the right fielder who was All-Crossroads League last year. First team. That ball hit off the handle right to Wolf for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the third. Cougs up 3-1.
Restriction training is a new treatment technique we're using at Parkview Sports Medicine that helps us stay on the cutting edge. This type of training is not only new to Parkview Sports Medicine, but in physical therapy as a whole. And it's really gaining popularity because it solves one of the fundamental problems that we see in therapy. We have a lot of patients who we can't put a lot of stress through their injured tissue, but we still want them to get stronger and still want them to gain muscle size. Blood flow restriction training uses a specialized piece of equipment, a blood flow restriction cuff that fits around the upper portion of an arm or a leg. Doing that, then it partially restricts, but not totally occludes the blood flow going to the limb.
I thought it was gonna hurt, and it does kind of feel weird, but doesn't hurt or anything. I just didn't really know what to expect. Well, you put it on and then you have to lay down and let it calibrate, and it like gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And then after that, get in your position to do your workout and then press the inflate button and it'll squeeze your leg or your arm.
What the research is telling us about training with blood flow restriction is that the buildup of the lactic acid and the metabolic stress that we're putting on these tissues helps you gain strength and muscle size, similar to that of training at high intensity.
Compared to like a normal workout, the burn comes like within the third rep, and then the 30-second break in between, there's no like recovery. I can see the difference and feel the difference. It feels a lot more effective than just doing normal exercises.
Welcome back. Harold Wolf going to lead it off. Guys, remember, Noah Frymuth had 6 RBI in game number 2 against Madonna. He's got 6 RBI so far on the day today, with an RBI in the Siena Heights series. He's currently sitting on 13 RBI
Yes, sir. Let's stay up here, folks.
on the week. When he was the All Crossroads League Player of the Week, he only had 5 RBI. I think we need to start the campaign, Noah Frymuth, for back-to-back Crossroads League Player of the Week. This is crazy.
Hey, way to fight. There you go. That's a good cut for him, babe.
Let me double check to see what Noah did in game number 1 there against Madonna. Although St. Francis was shut out, so he did not have an RBI. 13 RBI this week. Big cut. Swing and a miss for Wolf.
You're good, Harry. You're good, Harry. Let's go, Jackie.
It's going to bring up Jack Harris, who singled in his first AB. Jack is 2 for 5 in this doubleheader with a strikeout.
There you go. There you go. Good eye.
Makes me want to double check all these Frymuth stats. But that is just so impressive.
Here you go, Jack. Hey, stay hot, 5 for me.
Once again, game number 2 on March 19th against Madonna. Frymuth was 3 for 5 with 6 RBI.
Got it.
Frymuth already has 6 RBI today and had 1 in Siena Heights, so that is 13 RBI this week. Batting over 500. Oh! Right beneath the shoulder blades.
You're a tough guy. That hurt. No, he didn't. Oh, boy. Woo! Wait room.
Don't wait.
That boy, Jackie.
Brings up Jacob Nagy. That was right in between the shoulder blades.
Here you go, Dak.
Nagy walked in his first AB.
All right now.
Count went full. He drew the walk. 0-1's your count. Both teams now with 4 hits in this game. Nagy's trying to break that trend.
Come on, Nag. Throw it up.
Look at that quick kick once again by Kyle Hall, the senior.
Come on, Nag. Here you go. Anything close, Nag. Anything close.
Hall, along with John Young, were both
There we go.
the starting pitchers in the All Crossroads League Awards last year, as that's drilled to left for out number 2. Looking at the All Crossroads League last year, Hall was 1, Young was 2, and Caleb Eater was 3. Oh, excuse me, 2, 3, and 4. The number 1 pitcher was Matt Patton from Taylor. So the Cougars, seeing the best of what Indiana Wesleyan has to offer, as Caleb Sullivan is at the dish with a 1-0 count. Caden Sullivan, excuse me, struck out looking back in the first. Counts evened up at 1 apiece. Frymuth just missed another home run in his second AB by about 10 feet out in right field. Sullivan will check that one. 1 and 2 your count. Pitch upstairs. Harris will take second on the wild pitch. Counts evened up at 2 with 2 outs.
go, Kate. Let's go,
The 2-2 from Kyle Hall gets him looking. Sullivan strikes out looking for the second time in this game. We'll head to the top of the fourth.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
The Chapel project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
One run on 4 hits for the Wildcats. 3 runs on 4 hits for your Cougars. Still Matt Baker on the bump. Bake, after 3 innings, 48 pitches under his belt, .583 strike percentage. 4 hits given up, 1 run, it was earned. 3 strikeouts, just 2 walks for Matt Baker, the junior. Center fielder Ty Thixton. 1-0 is the count. Thixton 2 for 5 in the doubleheader, 2 runs scored, 2 RBI and a K. Fouled out to the catcher in his first AB. That one off Nagy's mask. Coach Dustin Butcher getting himself some camera time there. Handing the ball off to the ump behind the plate.
Come now, baby.
Can't really call the umpires blue anymore. They don't wear it.
Hey, baby.
Called second strike. 1-2 is your count. Up and in.
Good miss. Good miss.
The 2-2, that'll be fouled out of play. So up next for Wesleyan, they're going to host Mount Vernon Naz on Monday and Tuesday. Well, something's not right with this schedule. They're going to take on Lourdes as well. I believe that Lourdes game will most likely get moved, so they'll have a single game against Mount Vernon on the 25th, doubleheader on the 26th. Then they got Indiana Tech on the 27th. That'll be the 4th time this year, 5th time they've played Tech, winning 1, losing 3. Those 3 losses started a 9-game losing streak. After that Tech game, they'll have a series with Spring Arbor. The Michigan Cougars. And then they'll play St. Francis at Wesleyan on April the 1st. Out of play. Count remains at 2-2 with 0 outs.
What'd you say, Matty? There you go.
Hey, Bill. Primary has 13 RBIs this week. He only had 5 last week. Oh, cool.
Yeah!
2-hop chop taken by Harold Wolf. Route number 1. The unassisted play there by QB1. That'll bring to the plate Jordan Wharton, shortstop. Frymuth, after the 2 home runs hit today, that moves him 9th all-time in career home runs at the University of St. Francis. And he's only a junior. Taylor Futterneck has 33. Two O's to count. Frymuth had 4 in his sophomore year, 8 in his junior year, and has 3 so far this year. Keaton Sullivan ranks number 2 with 26 home runs. Sully had 12 his sophomore season. Wow, I'd almost forgotten about that.
Come on, Big.
I believe Keaton was playing. No, he wasn't playing shortstop his sophomore year. That would have been Snyder. 2-2's your count. Tyler Gregory on this list. Graduated in 2013. He had 19 career home runs. Tussing and right for out number 2.
Hey, we got 2 of them now. Calm down, Big.
That'll bring to the plate Nick Coy, the DH. Frymuth hitting these dingers. It's still cold out. Coy walked in his last AB. He's got 2 walks on the day. Good shot into left center field for a single. 2-out single for Coy. That'll bring the plate Parker Johnson, second baseman. Johnson flied out to right field back in the second inning. He's 1 for 3 with a run to RBI, 2 walks on the day. First pitch misses low and outside, ball 1. Short lead at first. Beautiful pitch for a called strike 1. We're evened at 1 with 2 outs.
Noah! Noah! 2! 2! Yeah.
One ball, 2 strikes. Just misses on the outside corner. Once again in the Crossroads League, Taylor with a 2.04 ERA. Mount Vernon Nass in second with a 4.81. Good work behind the plate by Nagy. Got a full count with 2 outs. Parker Johnson. Parker, the starting second baseman for the Wildcats. Pretty much the same lineup that they had in game number 1. He'll draw the walk. Runners at first and second. For Lucas Gooden. Baker now up to 67 pitches. Probably going to have to turn the lights on here shortly. Sun going down over the World Baseball Academy Ash Center. Diamond number 1. We're facing the right direction, northeast, so that sun will be setting behind us. Be right behind the Indiana Wesleyan third base dugout. This is the leadoff batter, Lucas Gooden. Good opportunity for Gooden, who's 1 for 7 at the plate on the day. We'll take that first pitch for a strike. Baker with 3 strikeouts, 3 walks in this one. Looking to get through the 4th here. Nice pitch. Just misses for ball 1.
Come on, Bake, let's go, kid.
1-2, your count with 2 outs. Once again, Gooden's just a freshman. Lisden, Indiana, Tri-West High School.
Come on, Bake. Good job, good pitch. Come now, Bake.
1-2, your count with 2 outs. With runners at first and second, Cougs trying to preserve this 2-run lead. Swing and a miss! Baker with his 4th strikeout of the game. So we'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Cougs up 3-1. Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit summitcitysports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team.
Getting his first at-bat on the day, it's going to be Justice Tussing. Down in this count, 0-1. Justice, just a junior from Van Wert, Ohio, Van Wert High School. Tussing 5'10", 185 pounds. Bats right, throws right. One ball, 2 strikes now to Tuss. Justice entering today with a .212 batting average. That ball's in the dirt. 7 hits, 4 runs, and 33 ABs with 2 doubles and 3 RBI. 1 walk, 8 strikeouts for Tussin. We're evened up now at 2-2. He'll draw. Good eye there by Tussing as he takes first base. To lead off the bottom of the 4th here. That brings up Brady Harris. Harris 0 for 2 in this game, 0 for 4 on the day with a walk and a K. With a walk and 2 Ks. Takes that on the outside corner for strike 1. Pitch below the knees. We're evened up at 1 apiece. Got a arm up in the bullpen right now for Wesleyan. Trying to get a number for you. That'll miss upstairs. That's too low. 3-1 now to Brady Harris.
Let's go, Brady. You gotta come to you, baby. Let's go. Come on, Todd. Probably give me something free. Let's go, come on, Brady Harris. Let's go. Give me a ride. Give me a ride. Lock him up. Yeah.
Full count now. 0 outs. Tussing at first. So Harris draws the walk. We got runners at first and second now. And Coach Benjamin going to come out, talk with his pitcher. And we'll see if he signals to the pen. Back-to-back walks for Kyle Hall. And he will. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with the new pitcher for Wesleyan.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
New pitcher for Wesleyan's Johnny Rode, 12.27 ERA, just 3.2 innings pitched on the season, giving up 9 runs. Only 5 of those are earned. 5 hits, 6 walks, 3 strikeouts. Opposing batters hitting .278. It's Rode. He's a junior, 6 foot 210, from West Dundee, Illinois, Jacobs High School. I'll tell you, I think more than any other state, it's Illinois represented on this Indiana Wesleyan roster. There's Hoffman Estates, West Dundee, Rockford, Batavia, Palatine, Chatham. That's probably Indiana, but still. Wesleyan awful smart going to the Chicago suburbs to find some ball players. One of my favorites in my time in Naperville was covering Ian Kroll, who's done some pitching with the Detroit Tigers and Washington Nationals. Kroll was drafted by the Athletics out of high school. Could have went to Arizona, chose to go with Oakland. Arizona, that is University of Arizona. Tyler Prince at the plate. He walked back in the first. He's got 2 walks in this game. 0-2 to Prince. Ian Kroll is a pretty special athlete, though. He'd bat like hitting 600, would have a .07 ERA. Played on the soccer team that won a state championship. That was at Nequa Valley. Coach Render, I think? I know he came from West Aurora to coach at Nequa, but it's just a great baseball program there. That whole Naperville area just breeds baseball players. Upstairs, off the glove of West. Right there, that's going to be a E2 or a pass ball. Either way, the runner's advanced. That wasn't supposed to happen. 0 outs, 2-2's your count. Prince still looking for his first home run on the year. Boy, he's had a ton of them that were super close.
Come on, TP.
Gets him looking.
Hey, stay hot, please.
Route number 1. That hardly ever happens. That'll bring up Noah Frymuth. 1 for 2 in this game with a 2-run home run. He's 3 for 6 with 2 runs scored, 6 RBI, and a K in this doubleheader. The reigning Crossroads League Player of the Week. Takes that first pitch low for ball 1. I had to inform him, hey, Noah, you got 13 RBIs this week. His eyes just got real big. Really? They're gonna give Frymuth first to load him up. For Tanner Gaff. Gaff looking for his second grand slam on the season.
Come on, Gaffer. You squat more than him.
Weight room Cougs. Rhodes' first pitch swung on. 2-hop chop is fielded. Coming home to score will be Tussing for the 4th run. That's Eater at first.
Hey, Hal, it's your turn now, babe. Let's go. Go get the bike, kid. Let's go. Go get our bike, babe. Let's
Now
go,
it's
boy.
runners at 2nd and 3rd.
Ride the boat, man. Ride the boat.
For Harold Wolf. Wolf, who had a RBI single back in the first inning, struck out back in the 3rd. He's 2 for 6 in this doubleheader with 2 RBI, 4 strikeouts.
Come on, roll. Get off bat 4. Out of the way, boy. Come on. Hey, let's go. You're right about. Come on, hit up. Come on, babe. Right about.
They got a geese flying right over the field right now. Fiorini said it was a Canadian geese. 0-1's your count. Or goose. Frymuth at second. Brady Harris at third for Wolf with the 0-2. Battling is Wolf at the dish. Hitting to the outfield, scores 2.
Drive the base, come on, babe. Hey, get us 2 right here, babe. Come on now.
Rode the righty.
Hey,
Misses upstairs. Just entered this inning in relief of Kyle Hall. Hall giving up 4 hits, 4 runs, all earned. He had 5 strikeouts, 5 walks, and gave up a home run. For Hall in 3 innings pitched. Wolf upstairs. Counts evened up at 2-2 with 2 outs. In this 7-inning game, we're in the bottom of the 4th.
Come on, man. Come on, kid.
Cougs looking for their 5th hit of the game. That'll miss low. After being down 0-2, Wolf works this count full.
Let's go, Harry! Come on, Ford. Come on, Ford, let's go! Battle up there, baby, let's go!
Wolf draws the walk. Bases are loaded. That brings up Jack Harris. Jack is 2 for 5 with a K and was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat. 2 for 5 on the day is Jack Harris. He's 1 for 1 in this game. Jack, who is probably, I don't want to say the big surprise player of the year, but obviously he leads the team in batting average, so Jack just having a great start to his junior season. An outstanding start. At one point, he had a 7-game hit streak going on. And I think that hit streak was broken when, and that's going to be caught by Eater for out number 3. We'll head to the top of the 5th. 4-1, Cougs on top.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Knipster shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Top of the fifth, Wesleyan 1 run on 5 hits, 0 errors. St. Francis 4 runs, 4 hits, 0 errors. Ethan English at the plate. Starting third baseman. Once again, English is one of 2 freshmen in the starting lineup for Wesleyan.
You're good, let's go. All right, babe, come back at him now, let's go.
Up in this count 2-0.
Hey, dial in here. Here we go, Ted.
3-0 now to English. He's 1 for 2 in this game with a double back in the first. Leadoff batter aboard on the walk brings up Brady West, the catcher. I'll pull it up. So the Lady Cougars, after dropping game number 1 against Indiana Wesleyan 7-3, hold a 6-5 lead in the bottom of the 7th against the Wildcats. It's the Wildcats at the plate. Cougars, 12 hits, 0 errors, 7 left on base. For Wesleyan, 5 runs on 10 hits, 9 left on base. St. Francis, Cassidy Ferrer, 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Jade Mollenkoff, 4 for 4 with 4 RBI and 1 run scored. Taylor Tucker, 2 for 4 with a run and 2 RBI. Lizzie Meyer, 2 for 4 with a run scored. So Lady Cougars trying to pick up their first conference win of the season at Wesleyan, right now up 6-5 in the bottom of the 7th. West is 3 for 7 with 2 runs scored in this doubleheader. 1 for 2 with the run scored here. In game 2, battling against Matt Baker.
Hi, boy, Big. There you go, Big.
0-2 now your count.
Come on, Big.
West swings a heavy bat. He had 1 hit off the bottom of the right field fence in game number 1. Nearly had a home run there. Wesleyan, once again, it's not even close, leading the Crossroads League with 22 home runs on the season. Next closest team is MVNU with 11. Count remains at 0-2 with 0 outs.
Somebody on it. Here we go, Bake! Here we go, Bake! Way ahead here, Bake.
Baker upstairs.
Atta baby! Atta baby! Yeah, babe. Come on now, babe. Here we go, 10. Here we go, 10.
Matt currently 81 pitches under his belt. This could be his last inning. He'll miss outside. We're even up at 2 apiece. Other games going on in the Crossroads League. It's Huntington at Bethel. Grace at Spring Arbor. Taylor at Mount Vernon Naz. And Goshen at Marion. Big cut, swing and a miss. For Matt Baker, that'll be his 5th strikeout in this game. For West, that's the first time all day that he struck out. That'll bring the plate Caleb Eder. Eder was an All-Crossroads League starting pitcher last year. Taking second on the pass ball is Ethan English. 1-0 is your count. English at second. Wesleyan once again entering today with the worst team batting average in the Crossroads League. Great pitch. Strike on the outside corner. But once again, in game number 1 today, the Wildcats with 12 hits. So they will see that team batting average go up. Kind of a similar situation to St. Francis. St. Francis was in that 10 spot earlier this year. Then it was the big series, Goshen, then Cincinnati Christian, where the Cougs were just hitting like crazy. They bumped all the way up to 5th place, where they currently stand, tied with Taylor. Right off the lead leg. So Baker up in the count 1-2. Hits Eder. That'll bring up Stephen Busby. So Busby's going to flash the bunt and pull it back. 1-0 the count. He's 0 for 2 in this game, 0 for 7 on the day. It's Busby. Struck out and flied out to the first baseman, Wolf, in this game.
There you go.
1-1 your count.
Come on, 1-0.
2-1 now. Matt, that was his 90th pitch in the game. Only giving up the 1 earned run. Just misses low and outside. 3-1 now to Busby. Once again, Noah Frymuth in his redshirt freshman year had 4 home runs, had 8 home runs in his sophomore year, now has 3 home runs in his junior year. Bases are loaded after the walk to Busby. That'll bring up Ty Thixton. Ty's 0 for 2 in this game, 2 for 6 on the series.
Pick him up, boys. Pick him up.
And looks like that is going to be it for Baker. We'll take a break and we'll be right back with you with the new pitcher for the Cougars.
The first time I've been able to do this kind of more complete understanding or view of your body. One of the things that's really important about this is that it's kind of legitimizing us as athletes.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
Your new pitcher, it's Kyle Zabarski.
Come on, Zeke.
He'll face Ty Thixton here.
Let's go, Zeke.
With bases loaded. Zabarski, a senior from Willoughby, Ohio.
There we go, Zeke.
Enters with a 4.41 ERA. That ball gets down into left. They're going to hold. It's going to be an RBI single for Thixton. Jumping on that first pitch. Zabarski's last outing was at Marion, the 14-3 win. He faced 8 batters, gave up 1 hit, had 1 walk and 1 strikeout, 0 runs scored. Big Z gives up his first run there. Not so much he gives it up, but 1 batter faced, 1 hit. Zabarski, 6'2", 210 pounds.
Yeah, there we go.
Jordan Wharton at the plate. He's 1 for 2 in this game. Had a single in the second, but was picked off at first base. He is 4 for 6 in this doubleheader with a run and 2 RBI, 1 strikeout. Just 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Bases loaded with Wildcats.
Come, Zeke, pick me up. Here we go, Zeke. Come on, kid, let's go, Zeke. Let's go.
Ball sliced into right center field. Frymuth on it. Makes the grab. Coming home to score on the sacrifice fly is Eater. Wildcats pull within 1. Brings up Nick Coy. Coy 1 for 1 with a walk. He's 2 for 5 with 2 walks, a run and an RBI on the day.
Come, twos.
1-2, now your count. Purdue game starts in 1 hour. Purdue taking on Villanova.
Come on, Zeke, we need you, babe. Here we go, Zeke. Thank you, big boy. Come on, Twos. Let's go, kid.
Ball gets away from Nagy. 3-0's the count. Runners at first and third for Coy.
Come on, Zeke.
Coy draws the walk. Bases loaded here. Parker Johnson. Parker 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch upstairs, ball 1. Just one. Oh, excuse me, 2 outs here. Ball taken by Tanner Gaff. Get the force out at third. So we'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Cougs still up, 4-3.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Crawl.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores!
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Welcome back here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Wesleyan, 3 runs on 6 hits, 4 runs on 4 hits for St. Francis. Leading off, Jacob Nagy. Nagy with a walk and a fly out to left field, 0 for 1. Foul territory. Eater's going to catch it for out 1. They'll bring up number 21, Caden Sullivan, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
Okay, Caden, be smart. Take one. Here we go, Caden! Obey 1-2, obey 1-2. We say Caden. We say 2-1. Hey guys, this is a huge inning. We need a lot of energy right now.
Sullivan entering today's doubleheader with a 220 batting average. Takes that pitch upstairs for ball 1.
Come on, Caden, let's go, babe. Come on, kid. 2-1. Have an AP, have an AP. That's a good hack, that's a good hack.
1-1 now the count.
Keep it approach. Sit down early, 2-1. See it early, see it early. And relax, don't rest. You're good, kid. Up bet. Good boy. Get that foot down.
Caden was 1 for 3 in that game number 2 against Siena Heights with a run scored.
Get you. Yeah! You love to see
He'll
it.
take
That's
that
why
off
you
the
so much
back.
back. You're strong.
Come on, Tuss!
With Sullivan at first base, that brings up Justice Tussing, who walked and scored a run back in the fourth.
Come on, Tuss, boss! Come on, Tuss.
Oh, my Tuss! We say what's up, babe! No! Back down! Stay.
He's back safely.
Way to get back!
That ball in the dirt.
Attaboy, Sully! Way to make him throw.
Yeah, he completely ball beat him, but he missed the tag. Kaden, good slide. Good slide, Kaden.
Hey, let's go,
Somebody
Tuss!
Tuss!
Come on, baby!
Gotta be real birdie like that, big fella. I'm babe. Home, babe. Hard 90. Bring it up.
They're going to try turn two. The 4-6, not in time.
Good 90.
Tussing safe at first. Two gone.
Pick up Kaden on the AB. Come on.
They get the lead runner at second.
Good job.
Tussing at first, that brings up Brady Harris.
1 down, 2 up, 1 up, Brady.
Brady 0 for 2 with a walk in this game.
Come on, Brady. Keep going. 1 down, 2 up, 1 down, 2 up. Good job done. Hey, that's good hack.
Hey, you're on him, Brady. You're on him, baby. I like it, Brady. You're on him, 2-0.
Come on, 2-0. Let's go, kid.
Brady down this count 0-1. Tussing a lot of speed at first.
Hold on, Brady. Let's go 2-0.
Brady. Good.
That pitch is in there for strike two. Brady Harris entering today with a 203 batting average.
Come on, Brady!
Good eye on the pitch low.
Need to hit 2-0. Let's roll with 2. I bet 2-0. Come on, Brady. Let's go, Brady. Roll with 2.
Having an approach. Good job, Brady. Brady.
Gets him. I'm going to say he went around on that one. We'll head to the top of the sixth, 4-3. Weston on top.
The first time I've been able to do this kind of more complete understanding or view of your body. One of the things that's really important about this is that it's kind of legitimizing us as athletes.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
Welcome back. Leading it off for the Wildcats is their leadoff hitter, Lucas Gooden. On the bump now, Matt Fiorini, 11.17 ERA and 9.2 innings pitched. Fiorini's given up 15 runs, 12 of those earned on 15 hits, 8 walks, 12 strikeouts. Opposing hitters batting .349 against Fiorini, up in this count 0-1. Gooden's 0 for 3 in this game. One for 8 in the series.
Way ahead, Pete. Way ahead, Pete. Here you go. Come on, kid. Let's go, man. Let's go, Pete. Come on, 3-2.
Again, it was Wesleyan taking game 1, 9-5.
Win it here, Pete.
Oh, I don't have
Here you go. Come on, 3-2. Here we go.
The 0-2 now. That'll be hit right at Jack Harris for out number 1. Jack playing a great left field here in this doubleheader. It's going to bring up Ethan English. He's 1 for 2 with the walk.
Here you go, Pete. You got one. Come on, babe.
So it looks like St. Francis dropped game number 2, 7-6 to Wesleyan. 7-3, 7-6. Now 0-4 in conference play are the Lady Cougars.
Good. Yep.
Last time out for Fiorini was against Madonna. He faced 5 batters, gave up 2 hits, 1 run. It was not earned, had 1 walk, and did not have a strikeout. Backhanded by Gaff, comes up firing. Good scoop by Harold Wolf for out number 2. That'll bring up the catcher, Brady West.
Way to stick with it, Gaff. Be careful, you might cramp up after that. Come on, let's go, Pete. Here you go, Pete.
First pitch will miss low and outside. 1-0's the count.
Come on, Pete. Come on, Pete. Let's go, babe.
Fiorini, a junior, lefty.
Here you go, Pete.
Down in this count, 2-0. 615 pounds from Schombergen, Ontario. Transfer from Lake Erie College.
Come on, Pete.
There's a good pickup there by the first base coach. Says he needs to warm his arm up. 2 balls, 1 strike. To All Crossroads League catcher Brady West, who's 1 for 3 in this game with a double and a run scored back in the 3rd. 3-1 the count.
Come on, Phil, let's go, kid. Here we go now.
He flew out to center field in the 1st and struck out swinging in the 5th. Up in this count, 3-1. Fiorini, the lefty. That'll miss low. So with 2 outs, West draws the walk. Brings up Caleb Eater. The courtesy runner will be number 23, Tanner Killian. First pitch strike there by Fiorini. Eater 1 for 1 with a RBI double back in the third. He walked in the first and was hit by a pitch in the fifth and scored a run.
Let's go, baby. Hey, stay within yourself. Let's go. Humvee, Humvee. You go, B. Get ahead here with this one. Let's go, baby. Hey, yourself, touch yourself. Come on, baby.
2-1 now to the All Crossroads League starting pitcher a year ago, Eater. He's a senior now. Wesleyan had 3 on the All Crossroads League starting pitching. Taylor had 1. It's going to be reversed this year because Taylor right now with a 2.08 team ERA, pretty outstanding. Wesleyan at a 5.36. Gets him looking. Route number 3, we head to the bottom of the 6th. 4-3 St. Francis.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
For the Cougs here in the bottom of the 6th, we have Tyler Prince, Noah Frymuth, and Tanner Gaff. Sounds like a few runs. Still on the bump, number 28, Johnny Rode.
Come on, Prince, let's go, baby. 1, 2, 3.
Prince struck out looking in his last ABs, 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Drills that ball right at the center fielder for out number 1. Brings up Noah Frymuth, 1 for 2 with a home run. 2-run jack that scored Prince.
Come on, Fro. I'm Fry.
Got me, Worm.
Frymuth swings at the first one. That's driven into right center, and that will fall. Frymuth going to stay with a 1-out single.
Don't simmer down.
That'll bring up Tanner Gaff.
Stay hot, Gaffer. Stay hot, babe.
Gaff 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. That first pitch will miss upstairs for ball 1. Road righty. Down in this count 2-0.
Come on, Gaffy. Come on, Gaff. Come on, baby. Let's go, Gafford.
Another one down low, up in this count 3-0. Taken all the way there was Gaff. 3-1's your count. Tanner now 2 for 7 with a run scored and an RBI in this series. Upstairs. Gaff draws the walk. We got runners at first and second now with just 1 out. For Harold Wolf.
Hey, see it in, babe. See it in now.
Wolf 1 for 2. His RBI single back in the first scored Gaff.
Come Harold, 1-4. Come on, Harold. Let's go, Harold. 1-4.
I think when I pulled that,
Wolf. 4
4
Ks on the day, 2 RBI, and a walk. 2 for 6 at the dish.
Let him rip, potato chip.
For the pitcher, Road, 2.1 innings pitched under his belt, 33 pitches.
Let's go, Ford. Let's go, babe. Take what he gives you, babe. Let's go now. Don't help him. You go, Harry.
The 2-0 to Wolf. That ball hit up the gut. 4, 6, 3, and they get him. The double play. We head to the top of the 7th. 4-3. St. Francis on top.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And look at this.
Shot hits the post, and the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Welcome back here in the top of the 7th.
Sorry.
For Matt Fiorini. Back on February the 16th at Cumberland's. That was his biggest outing there. He faced 16 batters. Gave up the 10 runs, 8 hits, 9 of those earned. 3 walks, 3 strikeouts for Fiorini in that outing. Bunt's laid down. Foul ball on the bunt attempt for Stephen Busby. Said the ball hit him in the box.
Here you go, B.
Busby 0 for 2 in this game with a strikeout and a fly ball to the first baseman. 0 for 7 in the series with a walk and 2 Ks. 1-1, your count with 0 outs. Hoping Fiorini can go the distance here. In this 9-inning game.
Hey, you're way up, B. You're way up. Humpy. They didn't do this in my front 40 years. They didn't rally yet. Like a stream video. Especially this one.
Big swing and a miss. Fiorini with his second strikeout of the game. Back-to-back strikeouts as Fiorini struck out the last batter in the 6th, the first here in the 7th. Ty Thixton now at the plate. Foul off that first pitch. Thixton is 1 for 3, had a RBI single back in the 5th. 3 for 7, 3 RBI, 2 runs scored on the day. Stopped by Nagy, the ball in the dirt.
Get ahead here. What do you say, Pete? Come on, Matt. Let's go, kid.
2 balls, 1 strike now to Thixton.
Come on, Pete. Let's go, babe. Here you go, Pete. Come on, Pete. Let's go, babe.
Ball drilled into left center. That'll be extra bases. It's going to roll to the fence. Frymuth gets it in with a cannon. 1 out double by Thixton.
Hey, we got one.
Brings up Jordan Wharton. Wharton had the sac fly in his last AB. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI.
Come on, babe. Come on now. You got one here.
Wharton was also picked off back in the 2nd inning. The chopper picked up by Sullivan for out number 2. Thixton advances to 3rd. Bring up Nick Coy.
Here you go, B. Here you go, B. Come on, kid. Let's go, B2. Let's go here. Let's go, B2. Come on, man. Come on,
Coy walked in his last AB. He's 1 for 1 with 2 walks. 2 for 5 on the day with 3 walks, a run and RBI. Coy, the DH. Fiorini is looking good here in relief.
Way to work, Pete. Come now.
In this game, St. Francis has left 10 runners stranded, and Wesleyan's left 9. Wesleyan with the tying run at third. Big at bat here for Fiorini, up 0-2. That ball going to be hit right at Sully for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Cougs up 4-3.
Good job, Pete.
The first time I've been able to do this kind of more complete understanding or view of your body. One of the things that's really important about this is that it's kind of legitimizing us as athletes.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
Leading off for St. Francis here in the bottom of the 7th, Jack Harris. Jack 1 for 2 in this game. He had a single back in the first, was hit by a pitch back in the 3rd, and flied out to the first baseman in his last AB back in the 5th. Down the count 0-1. Still on the bump is John Rode. Remember, entering today, Rode with just 3.2 innings pitched under his belt. Rhodes already got 3 innings pitched in this game, giving up 1 hit, has 2 strikeouts and 3 walks. 1-1's your count. Low and outside. 2-1 now to Harris. Ball hit right at the third baseman. Route number 1. Ball was hit sharply right at Ethan English, the freshman. He had no problem with it. Here on this surface, the one hoppers to first base are no problem. Brings to the plate Jacob Nagy. Jacob 0 for 2 with a walk. 1-0's the count. Rode once again a junior, 6 foot, 210 pounds, from West Dundee, Illinois, Jacobs High School.
Come on, man. Hey, guys, we're getting quiet now. Let's go.
Ball low in the zone, 1-1's your count with 1 out.
There you go, 1-2. Come on, Nags. Let's go, man. What do you say, Nags? Come on, 12. Really good, Aggie. Come on, Jacob.
Go, big boy. Let's go, big. Come on, that kid. Go for the big. Get that donut.
Calm now. Get that baby. Come, Maggie.
Fouled off the backstop. The Crossroads League, Indiana West, or Taylor's #1 with 238 batters struck out. St. Francis comes in at #5, 129. Wesleyan was at #2 with 163 batters struck out. Grace, they're the cellar dwellers. They only got 101.
Come on, 1-2, let's go, baby. Wait, Nag. Keep it off here, babe. What do you say, Nagy? Come on, Nagy, let's go, kid.
Another one fouled off. We will remain at 2-2. Remember, it was Kyle Hall starting the game, pitching the first 3 innings for Wesleyan. Road faced 7 batters in the 4th, but has really settled down since then. Full count. Road saw 4 in the 5th, 4 in the 6th. It's the second batter with 1 out. Here in the 7th.
Attaboy, G-Dub. I'm Nag.
So Nagy battles for the walk, his second walk of the game.
No, go ahead. All right.
That'll bring up Caden Sullivan. Sullivan 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
Hey, whoa now. Come on, Kate, let's go, bud. Here you go, Kaden. Let's go, Kaden. Call 2-1. Don't be scared to wear it now. Come on, kid.
First pitch to Caden misses upstairs. Sullivan had the last 2 assists there in the top of the 7th. Fielding his position well.
Good, there you go. Back. Oh, you got lucky.
2-0's the count.
Stay lively out there, too. Let's go, Kate. Here you go, Kaden. I'm now Kaden.
3-0 now to Solly. That ball down the dirt.
Guys, we're not loud enough in here. Let's go.
Nobody up in the pen right now for Wesleyan.
Come on, 2-1. Let's go, bud. Okay, dude. Let's go.
7 hits for Wesleyan, 5 for St. Francis. Right down the pipe, taken all the way with Sullivan.
Here you go, Kaden. Come on, 2-1. I'm now, Kaden. I'm now. Come on, kid. Kid.
Back-to-back walks. Puts Siddons at second and Sullivan at first. That'll be it for Rhodey. We'll take a break. We'll be back with you with the new pitcher.
Sports medicine, especially since I've been a pro, has been a place where my game has really
been able to develop in multiple facets: injury prevention, maintenance, physical therapy, weightlifting, agility work, all the things that I need to do in order to have an NBA body. This is the place for me to go when I come back home and I need to get a workout in. Always welcome me back with open arms.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. They just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen, and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine.
So your new pitcher is Z. Breitenbach. A 9 ERA entering today in 8 games played, 14 innings under his belt, 18 runs, 14 of those earned on 19 hits, 6 walks, 11 strikeouts. Opposing hitters are batting .306 against Z. His first pitch low to Justice Tussin.
Come on, Tuss, let's go, baby.
Swing and a miss there by Tussing. We're now 2 hours and 28 minutes into this game.
Come on, Tuss, let's go 1-7, come on, baby.
Ball in the dirt. Good stop by West. West with the red and pink chest protector.
Come on, man, let's go 1-7.
Tussing drills it into right field. They'll wave Siddons home to score on the RBI single by Justice Tussing.
You found me! Oh, boy,
Siddons scores from second. Sullivan advances to third for the leadoff batter, Brady Harris.
Hey, let's go 2-0. Come on, man. Here you go, Brady. Let's go, let's go.
Harris, a slow roller, will be tagged out. Sullivan stays at third. 2 gone.
Hey, let's go, Princey.
Tussing advances to second. For Tyler Prince.
Let's go, TP and Duke, K. Let's go.
Keep me posted. I need you. I need it.
Prince 0 for 2 in this game. He's 1 for 5 on the day. 2 runs scored and 3 walks.
Come on, TP. Come on, big fella.
Brady, what was that?
Three. Let's go, Brizzy. Hey, Prince is going to pick you up right here. Come on, Prince, let's go.
On TP right here, right here, right here. 1, 2, 3.
You go 2, 3. Come on, 2, 3.
Brighton Box is senior at 6'1", 200 from Palatine, Illinois.
Atta birds! Atta boy, baby, Princey! Hitters count, baby, hitters count.
2-0 the count now to Prince.
Come on, TP. Sit on one here. Hey, let's go. Come on, 2, 3, go, 2, 3, jump on. Yeah.
3-0 now to Prince. With first base open, still on deck is Noah Frymuth. Last thing you want is him at the plate with bases loaded. Frymuth with his 13 RBIs this week, just this week. Taking all the way there, 3-1's your count.
Hey, you gotta come to you, baby. You gotta give you something pretty. Sitting pretty here. Go to 3. Come on, TP.
So Prince will take first to load the bases for Noah Frymuth. Frymuth 2 for 3 with a home run back in the first, single in the 6th. He walked in the 4th and popped out to right field in the 2nd. 6 RBI on the day for Frymuth. 4 for 7 at the plate. The walk and a strikeout.
Stay out for me, 3. Yes, sir. Come on, Fry, let's go, bitch. Come on, Fry. I'm Fry. You can't put him on this time.
2-0 now the count to Frymuth.
Hey, how about it, 3s?
Noah, the reigning Crossroads League Player of the Week, could be seeing back-to-back honors here in the near future. I believe that list comes out on Monday. 2-1's the count. The 2-1 to Frymuth. That'll be fouled off 2-2 with 2 outs.
Come on, 3s.
Frymuth last week, 15 ABs, 6 hits, 7 runs scored, 2 doubles, 1 home run, 5 RBI, 1 walk, and 2 for 2 in stolen base attempts. Can't wait to see his line for this week. It'll be good.
Yes, sir.
2-2 with 2 outs. Cougar football banquets tomorrow at the Miro Center. Celebrating a senior class that had a 48-5 record, 4 semifinal appearances in the NAIA National Tournament, and 2 national championships back-to-back in 2016 and 2017, becoming just the 9th team in NAIA history to accomplish the feat. Frymuth's going to beat it out in the RBI single. That was English skipping it over first. Cougs up 6-3.
Hey, way to get down the line, 3s. Let's go, Gav. Come on, 2-5. Hey, good job, King.
That brings up Tanner Gaff with bases loaded.
Yes. Come, Gaff. Come on, yeah, first. Come on, Tanner, let's go, babe. Come on, Gaffer. Come on, 2-5. Come on, 2-5, let's go, babe. Easy now. Ducks on, baby. Come on, 2-5. 2-5er.
Gaff down in this count 0-2.
Hey, let's go, Gaffer. He's up for two. Come on, 2-5. You go, Gaff. Oh, 2-5! Come, Tanner! You go hit the ball. Oh, yeah. Whoa!
Frymuth now with 14 RBI on the week. 2-2 with 2 outs.
Hey, come on. Come on, Gaff. Way up. Go, Gaff.
Another one fouled away.
Nobody close, Brian.
Noah Frymuth, your player of the series for the Cougars.
Come, Tanner.
Good eye by Gaff. Once down 0-2, now full count. Gaff, 1 for 3, 1 run scored, 1 RBI, 1 walk in this game.
Come on, kid. Come on, kid. Come, Gaff. Come on, babe. Come now.
That ball was hit right off the top of the dugout.
Here, 2-5, let's go. Come on, Gaff. Come on, Gaffer. Let's go. Come on, man, you better, let's go. Come, Tanner.
Another opportunity there for the freshman. Gets Gaff out at first as we head to the top of the 8th. Cougs pick up 2 more runs, up 6-3.
First time I've been able to do this kind of more complete understanding or view of your body. One of the things that's really important about this is that it's kind of legitimizing us as athletes.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen, and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
Fiorini back on the bump. Leading off here is Parker Johnson, top of the 8th, number 9 hitter, starting second baseman, 1-0's the count. Parker 0 for 2 in this game, 1 for 4 on the day with 3 walks. Two O's to count. Coach Butcher with the quick conference call. Trying to settle down Fiorini here after the 2-0 start. Matt with 2 innings under his belt, 31 pitches, has only given up 1 hit, has 2 strikeouts, just 1 walk. Just misses. 3 O's to count.
Here we go, Pete. All the way back, Pete. All the way back.
That'll be the 2nd walk of the game for Fiorini. Johnson at first, and I'll bring up the leadoff batter, Lucas Gooden.
Here you go, Pete.
Gooden 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts in this game.
Yes, sir. There you go. There it is. Not bad. Way to get ahead. Way to get ahead. Way to work ahead.
Gooden, the starting left fielder, just a freshman, batting leadoff here for Wesleyan. Check swing for strike number 2. 0-2's your count.
Let's go, Pete. There you go, Pete.
Fiorini throwing hard here for the Cougs. The chopper is going to get past Wolf. Tussing picks it up on the run. So we got runners at first and second now. On the 8th hit of the game for Indiana Wesleyan.
To the next one. Here we go, Matt. What do you say, Matt? What do you think? Come on now, Matt. Nothing. Here we go, Fee. Hey, come on next. Focus. Lock in here, guys. Come on, Fee. Let's go, man.
1-0 your count to Ethan English. He's 1 for 3 with a walk and a run. Has runners at first and second, 0 outs.
Out.
Umpire checking out the snot ball. He'll get rid of it.
Here you go, Fee. Here you go. Keep working, Fee.
Nearly 6 hours into this doubleheader.
What do you say now? Come on, Phil. Let's go, Fee.
English, just a freshman. They got freshmen going 1-2 in the order here.
Get even here, Fee. Get even here.
2-1's your count.
Baby, come on. Fill it up. Fill it up, big guy.
3 for 7 in this series.
Yes, sir. There you go.
Counts evened up at 2 apiece. Top of the 8th inning, Cougs up by 3. Be a big win here for St. Francis after dropping game 1. Cougars now 2-3 in the Crossroads League.
Here you go, Pete. Come on, Pete. Go get him. Let's go, kid.
Indiana Wesleyan now at 2-2.
Come on, Matty.
Full count to English.
Let's go, kid. Let's go, feet. Confidence, kid. Rip it and rip it. Come on. Do it yourself here, P. Let's go.
Cougars looking for a double play ball with
Come on, kid.
Sullivan and Harris up the gut. Swing and a miss. Matt Fiorini picking up his third strikeout of the game. That'll bring to the plate the catcher, Brady West.
What do you think, B? What do you think, B? Yeah. Yes, sir.
First pitch gets West swinging.
You're an animal.
0-1 with one out.
Come on, babe. Come on. Come on, 3-2.
West 1 for 3 with a walk. Had a double and a run scored back in the third.
Okay. One baby. Come on, big. Let's go.
Stop by Nagy, the ball in the dirt.
Come on, B. Let's go, baby. Come on, baby. Go, B.
Still got Tussing out in right, Frymuth out in center.
Come on, 3-2.
Jack Harris out in left.
Yes, sir, P. Here you go.
Beautiful pitch. Just misses inside. 2-1 the count.
Here you go, P. Get even here. Get even here. Go, P. Yes, sir. There you go. Out of baby feet. Yeah.
Looked like West might have gotten a piece of that one into the catcher's mitt. Nonetheless, a 2-2 count with one out.
Let's go. Let's go, 3-2.
Fiorini trying to work himself out of a jam. Had runners at first and second with 0 outs. V the lefty. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Matt Fiorini. That was a big one there on the cleanup hitter with the number 3 hitter, Brady West. So it looks like we're going to bring Noah Frymuth in for Fiorini with 2 outs, runners at first and second. Or Fiorini will stay out there. They're going to move Tussing to center.
I think he's out there. He's out the bullpen.
They're going to pull Fiorini. What a great 2 2/3 innings by Fiorini. They'll go with the new pitcher. We'll be back.
The first time I've been able to do this kind of more complete understanding or view of your body. One of the things that's really important about this is that it's kind of legitimizing us as athletes.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen, and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way. offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
New pitcher for your Cougars, Noah Frymuth. It's going to be Tony Bova out in right field. Justice Tussing out in center. Batter is Caleb Eater. So that first pitch, wild pitch, will advance the runners to second and third. 1-0 is the count. What a great outing there by Fiorini. 2 2/3 innings pitched, 47 pitches, only gave up 2 hits, had 4 strikeouts and 2 walks, struck out the last 2 batters. 2-0 is your count.
Come on, Fry, let's go. You go, Fry. Come on, please, let's go. What do you say now, Fry? Let it go. There we go, there you go, there you go. Get even here, get even here. Come on, Breeze. Come back, baby. Come on, Fry. Let's go, kid. Come now. Come, Fry. Come on, Fry. Let's go, kid. Go, Fry. Hit with a 3.
Yeah, Gooden at second. It's Johnson at third. 3-1's your count.
What do you say, Fry? What do you say?
Frymuth entering today with a 4.32 ERA.
There we go, there you go, there you go.
Full count now after the swing and a miss.
Here we go, Fry! Right here, let's go, kid! Go, front! Up 3! Let's go! What do you say, Fry? Hey, that's fine. You had an open bag. You're fine. Attack this guy, Fry. Let's go. Here you go, Fry. Come on, Fry. This one now.
So Eater will draw the walk to load the bases. Brings up Stephen Busby, number 15.
Come on, Fry. Here you go, Fry. Come on, Fry. Let's go. There you go, Fry. Let's go, Fry. Here we go.
1-0 is your count. Frymuth, who's just been deadly at the plate and playing great center field as well. That ball, that should be a can of corn there for Tussing out in center.
Yes, sir.
Route number 3.
There you go, Fry.
Head to the bottom of the 8th, 6-3, St. Francis.
The first time I've been able to do this kind of more complete understanding or view of your body. One of the things that's really important about this is that it's kind of legitimizing us as athletes.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen, and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care. helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
Leading off for St. Francis here in the bottom of the 8th. We got Harold Wolf, Jack Harris, and Jacob Nagy. Wolf grounded out to the shortstop in his last AB. He's 1 for 3 with a walk.
Come on, baby girl.
We're now 3 hours into this game here in the bottom of the 8th. Foul ball right at the fence. Got behind English. It did fall in. Inside the fence. Ended up bouncing over. 1 count.
I'll wear that one. I'll wear that one right here.
New pitchers, number 32, Colin Ledbetter. Ledbetter, 11.32 ERA entering today with 10.1 innings pitched under his belt. 13 runs scored, all earned. 15 hits given up, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. And opposing hitters batting .349 against Ledbetter. Swing and a miss for out number 1. I'll bring up Jack Harris. Jack grounded out to the third baseman back in the 7th. He's 1 for 3 in this game, 2 for 7 on the day.
There you go, there you go.
First pitch in the dirt to Harris.
Here you go, Jackie. There you go. Go now, you Jackie. Jackie. Let's work, Jackie.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
What do you say, 5? Here you go, Jack. Good. Come on. Here you go, big guy.
Ledbetter's a junior, 6'2", 195. He's from Phoenix, Arizona. 3-1's your count. Ball ripped right at the second baseman, Johnson, for out number 2. Brings up Jacob Nagy, starting catcher. 0 for 2 in this game with a fly out to left and a pop out to the first baseman. First pitch fouled away by Nagy. Ledbetter is not in the stats last year for Wesleyan. Looks like he's a transfer from Glendale. Slow roller to the shortstop. Route number 3. We head to the top of the 9th. 3-run lead here for your Cougs.
Let's go, Brian. Let's go. Hold him.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education, but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Crawl.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Knipscher. Shot scores!
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Here in the top of the 9th, a 3-run lead for the Cougars. Noah Frymuth inserted last inning with 2 outs. 8 pitches under his belt, 1 walk. The last batter he got to pop out to center field. Leading off, it's Ty Thixton, the center fielder. Thixton, 2 for 4 with an RBI in this game. 1-0's the count. Second pitch swung on, popped up to Harris in left field. Route number 1. 1 up, 1 down for Frymuth. Brings up Jordan Wharton. Shortstop. 1 for 3 in this game with an RBI back in the second.
Here we go, 3. Here we go, 3. Come on, Fry, let's go, man.
Beautiful. 0-1's your count.
Fill it up. Let's go, kid.
Frymuth, who was recruited to Purdue as a pitcher, will miss upstairs.
Let's go. Here we go, Fry. Here we go, Fry. Come on, Fry.
Frymuth with a home run earlier in this game back in the first, had a home run in game number 1 as well.
Way ahead now, Fry. Fry.
Frymuth at the plate. Has 7 RBI on the day. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's Jordan Wharton.
I'm Fry. Come on, kid.
That ball down the left field line, 1 out single. Wharton's going to have to hold up at first. 9th hit of the game there for Wesleyan. 0 errors so far in this game number 2. I'll bring up Nick Coy. Coy grounded out to second, back in the 7th. 1 for 2 with 2 walks. Big swing and a miss. 0-2 your count.
How about the bunchies? Come on, man. Hey, good for you. Good. Relax. Relax. Right here. Come on, Brian. I'm Brian. Out. I'm not dropping. Right here, Brian. Come on, Noah. Come on, right here, Brian. Here you go, Brian. Same thing yourself.
Grab it, baby. Grab it.
2 balls, 2 strikes now.
What do you say, Brian? Oh, Brian, let's go 3. Come on, Noah.
Coy was 1 for 4 with a run and an RBI in game 1. Big swing and a miss. First strikeout of the game for Noah Frymuth. Out number 2.
How about 3? That bad. Way to look, kid. You got 2 big dogs. Yeah. Let's go, Noah. Oh. Here, you got 2. Reals. Hey, we got 2. 33. Come on, Fry.
We'll say that check swing's good to go for Parker Johnson. Field umpire. Johnson walked in his last AB back in the 6th. 2-0's the count. There were 2 outs for Fryman. Parker drills that ball into left, and it's right off the fence. Harris gets it in, so that will be a 2-out double for Parker Johnson off the outfield fence. Advances Wharton to third for the leadoff batter, Lucas Gooden. Gooden singled in his last AB. 10 hits now. Wesleyan.
Hey, right here. I got
For Gooden, this will be his 6th at-bat of the game.
Keep going.
Pass ball, but the runners are going to stay. No harm done there. 1-1's your count. Big swing and miss. Frymuth is throwing some gas there on the bump. The 1-2 with 2 outs. Big swing and a miss. That'll do it. Cougars win 6-3. Frymuth with back-to-back strikeouts to finish this game. Folks, thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend.
Oh, interviews or nothing? You got a hot date or something?
No, just not live.